I felt like I was an octopus being ripped to shreds by everyone.
Maybe that's because Gayla Canada has been literally overwhelmed by water ever since she moved into this house.
When we purchased the house, the first thing we encountered was a flood within 7 days of moving in here. Backed up septic tank in the kitchen and the bathroom down here.
Down here is her basement. And if this was smell-o-vision, you'd know what else she's been dealing with.
And I had somebody come out the first day, that same day. He wasn't here 10 minutes. He shone a light on my boots and things in the closet, and there were white spores all over my clothes.
Yeah, that's right, mold. But let's take you back to the beginning. At the beginning of last year, Gayla and her aging mother saw this home listed for sale. 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. But what she didn't know was that a year before, this is what the house looked like. Burnt out and exposed to the elements. When the builder bought the house to flip, the name of the game became rebuild fast and frugal.
Especially flippers. People who are buying houses and upgrading them and doing them for their own account are notorious, mostly because they're always looking for more money. And unfortunately, the consumer becomes a victim.
And Gayla says she's a victim of false advertising and placing her trust in the hands of others.
I thought it would be a blessing to move it here, but I'm thinking that it's been such a nightmare. And then the house was making me sick. The house was sick. I'm just so distraught about the whole thing.
Because it appears that the builder cut corners to make a bigger profit, starting with the septic system.
This is the septic tank, and these are the field lines that obviously run back and forth across the rear of your yard.
We contacted the state health inspector who oversees permitting septic systems. He came out personally to evaluate Gayla's septic footprint.
For a 5-bedroom house, you have to go up to a 1,500-gallon septic tank. And the number of field line that would be required if it was installed would be 325 feet. And this has 150.
This is woefully inadequate.
It's definitely undersized, yes, for what the code calls for the size house.
As for the mold, instead of remediating it during the remodel, the builder simply thought painting over it was a better course of action. Is this creating a health concern for Gail and her family?
It could, in that it's prospering mold. There's spores all over the place.